is here with things to avoid when it comes to our hair care products. Hey, TK. Hi, Mary. How's it going?
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so well. I'm very excited about this because I feel like we're about to get a little sciencey to do with hair.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so what you're saying is there's sometimes when we buy a product, there might be ingredients in there that might not be the best for our hair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's important to know something called pH.
Okay.
It's our way of testing where products fall on the scale in terms of what's good for our health.
Okay.
Right? So our skin typically falls between a 4.5 to about a 5% on the scale.
Yeah.
And water is typically between 7 to 8
Okay.
on the scale. So when you're purchasing products, you want to make sure, at least it says it's safest, to purchase products that are between a 4 to a 5.
Okay.
Right?
So the pH scale basically tells you whether something is like acidic, neutral, or basic.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so we're looking for things that have a more similar pH to our actual physical body.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
exactly.
that. Okay, cool. That makes sense. This is very, very cool. So how do we figure out what the pH of something is?
So if you're a nerd like myself.
I am too.
Yeah. I recommend getting one of these pH scale testers, and you can test literally anything in your home.
Milk.
Your water, your milk, your bleach,
Yeah.
your hair care products, and it will really tell you what the pH is. So as you mentioned, the skin is on the acidic part of the pH scale.
Yeah, lower.
Exactly. But when you're dealing with products that are more 0 to 3, that's the danger zone. That means it's highly acidic.
Got it.
And then when you're dealing with products that are higher end, beyond 7 and 8, you're dealing with alkaline. So that's like bleach. And like cleaning products sometimes.
Totally.
And if you're wanting to use safer cleaning products, there are stuff like that that exists as well.
Yeah.
But get one of these. These are really great. And we did some tests ourselves.
Okay, so what do we got going on here?
So we have one bad product.
Okay.
And one good product in terms of pH. So the bad product, as you can see, it's kind of lighter in color.
Yeah.
And if I use my pH tester here, it's kind of similar to a 3.
Okay, I see.
Not all of the colors match.
Yeah.
But 3 of them do.
Okay, right on.
So that is letting me know it's more acidic.
Got it.
And then the good product is kind of closer to a 4 and a 5. So that's the safe zone.
Okay, right on.
So that's what you're wanting to use
Cool.
for
So
your skin and your hair.
basically, you use this scale and you just try to match up what's kind of going on. Oh, yeah, it looks about a 5. So this is the good product, looking absolutely perfect.
Exactly.
I'm going to test everything with these.
I did too before I did that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, right on. So again,
Exactly.
we're looking for something kind of more similar to how our pH is.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
So I hope that helps.
Yeah, I get it. I'm super into it. Now, you also want us to pay attention to alcohols and things like this.
Exactly. So I have a lineup here of products based on pH, alcohol, and dimethicone silicone.
Okay.
So these are my recommended products that are safe to use. This is the pH category. So this line by Oligo Professional includes a shampoo and a conditioner, and they're considered pH balanced. So even if you're dealing with hair that is more dry and brittle, it's going to help restore the pH.
Okay.
And we even have a photo example of what it looks like when the hair is kind of unbalanced versus balanced.
Yeah.
So even though this is a wavier texture, wavy texture isn't bad, obviously, but if the hair is more dry and brittle, then it's probably off in balance, and you probably want to switch what you're using at home.
Okay, right on.
Exactly.
Amazing. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then in our next lineup is a mousse and a finishing spray. So this is a shaping spray by Oligo Professional. One thing that back in the day that existed, a lot of sprays, like finishing sprays, had strong alcohols in them.
Got it.
But people have done the work in changing the ingredients in the products to make them safer.
Yeah.
Which is always great.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want to use products like this that are lower in alcohol.
Okay.
Because that makes it a lot healthier for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we also have a mousse. So this mousse is also low in alcohol as well. And you can use this as a pre-styler and this as a finisher.
Oh, I like that. And that's the thing. If you think about it, alcohol evaporates quicker than water. So if you put that on your hair, it's going to dry out your hair because it's going to feel nice and wet, and then it's going to get out of there.
Exactly.
We don't want that. We don't want that. It's kind of like cooking with alcohol. It all zoops to the sky and you're done.
Exactly.
Okay, right on. Now, what about parabens? That's something that I know we hear a lot about.
So parabens are one of the most popular known bad ingredients for the hair. Parabens, dimethicones, and silicones. You want to avoid those completely.
Okay.
They're found in a lot of products still, unfortunately, because they help to increase shelf life.
Oh, okay.
So that's why a lot of product lines use them, but it's terrible for our hair.
Yeah.
So what silicones and parabens do is they actually block moisture from getting in, and it weighs the hair down.
Okay.
So you're gonna wanna avoid products like that. I do have a great lineup of products here that are paraben and silicone free.
Okay.
So these are great, and what's gonna happen when you're using them, you're gonna find they're more absorbing in your hair, and then it's also gonna dry faster than if you were to use the silicones and the dimethicones.
It's almost like the silicones and stuff kind of seal your hair so nothing can get in or out, which is bad.
Yes.
This lets them breathe.
It lets them breathe.
Okay, cool. So what do we got here?
So we have our Kalani's Treasure Hydrating Cream. Love this for all hair types, especially if your hair is really dry. It helps to restore the moisture.
Nice.
And then in our last segment, we talked about the Olaplex Bonding Oil, which is really good all year round, but it was great in the summer as well.
Yeah.
But it's good for your ends specifically when they're more dry.
Yeah, totally.
And then this is one of my favorite gels by London Ivy. It's good to define a natural curl.
Nice, and we've seen you use this before.
Yes.
And it's a nice gel. Yes. Oh my gosh, TK, absolutely fantastic. Thanks for keeping our hair healthy. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.